Hey, what's going on, fam? It's your handsome host, Marc Chabot, United States Marine Corps retired, with another episode of the Left, Right, Left podcast. Hey, a couple quick housekeeping notes before I introduce this evening's guest. I am still partnered with the Amphibious Tracks Memorial. I'm a proud junior member. Thank you so much to new subscribers. Thank you so much for your donations that have been pouring in. I truly appreciate it so much. You can never get me to stop saying thank you for everything that you are doing to support the podcast, the memorial, and me. So let's move on with tonight's guest. She is the first female that has appeared on the podcast, so well out of that. Additionally, she is an accomplished entertainment attorney, an actress, a writer, owns a nonprofit. But before I do that, I got to tell you how we met. So I was coming back from permissive TAD from San Diego to a flight to Houston. And I saw a woman walking down the center aisle, and she had a rather large bag with her, and she was struggling a little bit to put it up inside the container. And I grabbed it, and I picked it up, and I put it inside it for her. She says, "Oh my God, you are such a sweetheart. Thank you for making my day." And she sat down right next to me, and I had no idea I was sitting next to such an accomplished, wonderful professional. Without further ado, Jalene Mack, welcome to the podcast, my friend.
Thank you. Thank you for that intro. And that's true. And I had no idea that when you were helping me that my seat was actually next to you. And so chivalry is not dead. That's what I can say.
It was wonderful to talk to such a wonderful person for 2 hours straight, and we never missed a beat. And again, I really had no idea that you were so accomplished in your field, and just that you just had so much impact in the community. And I tell you, it was a wonderful trip for me. The best flight I've ever had, Jalene, to say the least.
Thank you. And it's so funny because the whole Marine thing it was, a mutual conversation, mutual talking point because of my dad and you being an ex-Marine. And it was just wonderful. So
yeah,
perfect.
And hello, Dad. Semper Fi to you, sir. We're going to close the loop and see if we can find that article. Just turned 80 years old. Thank you for your service, Mr. Stuckey.
Thank you. Thank you for saying that.
We ready to go, Jalene?
Yes, let's do this.
All right, Jalene, let's turn the clock back a little bit. Talk a little bit about the roots and the foundation and where you grew up, please.
So I was born in Kansas City, Missouri, and my mom ended up moving to New Orleans. So I moved to New Orleans when I was about 5 or 6 years old, started second grade there. And I did all my elementary school, high school, and college there. And so when people say, "Where are you from?" I don't say Kansas City. I say New Orleans because that's really what I know. And that's where my schooling was. And I went to all Catholic schools, even the short time I was in Kansas City, all the way through my university, Xavier University, and came here to Houston for law school. And my first state school that I went to. So I'm a Baptist girl with a Catholic school upbringing, and all the flavor and culture and food and music that New Orleans had to pour into me. I think that's basically kind of really how I got into the entertainment industry today. So, those are my roots, New Orleans, Louisiana.
Fantastic. I wanted to ask you something for your followers. I know you get a very substantial following on Instagram, on Facebook, and other things. But what is something that you can unveil about yourself from your upbringing that would surprise people?
Well, if you know anything about New Orleans, a couple of childhood foods that are pretty popular: pecan candy and huckabucks. And if you don't know what a huckabuck is, maybe you know it by the word iceberg, frozen cup. Those are the other names that were popular for them. Well, every little neighborhood had an iceberg lady. But in my neighborhood, I was the iceberg lady. And so I was like a young teenager, and kids would knock on the door looking to buy an iceberg, a frozen cup. And of course, you make those basically with Kool-Aid or punch or whatever, and freeze them in a little Dixie cup or whatever. And I think I may have sold them for like 25 cents, 50 cents tops. And so, kids would knock on the door, daily, pretty much after I got out of school and on the weekends, to buy my little frozen cups. And so that was one of many things that I did as a kid. That was an onset of me being an entrepreneur. I can say that.
Yeah, I was going to say, you planted those roots deep even back when you were young. That's awesome. Those entrepreneur roots.
Yeah.
That's good. I mean, Jalene, you kind of pride yourself on wearing many hats. I mean, I didn't hit half of the stuff that you've done in your career. But and you're also a wife and a mom. But I wanted to start from
Yeah.
your professional beginnings first and foremost, right? When you were attending college, Xavier, right? Basketball.
Yes,
So
XU.
right. So now you're in college. You got a major. What made you decide, to start? What interests you to pivot towards law?
Yeah. So I got a degree in political science. I minored in mass communications. But by the time I got to Xavier, I was into the arts. I had signed up for all the school plays, leading up to going to Xavier from in high school and elementary school. I was in the drama club. I marched in parades as a young kid. I went to dancing school, all that stuff. My mom had me deep into the arts. And first of all, my mom raised me as a single mother. So, single moms put kids in all activities, everything you can think of. I even remember taking an architectural class. I'm sorry, it was an agricultural class at Tulane University as a teenager.
Oh, wow.
She was just trying to keep me busy. But yeah, I studied poli-sci and I was getting close to graduation. And I realized that I can go and, start working after I graduate, but to make myself more marketable, I thought, well, maybe I should go to graduate school or law school or something like that. And so I decided to go to law school, and that was the right fit for me because I knew I really wanted to be an actress. I really didn't want to, just I didn't really want to be a lawyer. And I knew I had to keep going because I didn't want to be a starving artist. And so I decided to go to law school because I figured, worst thing, go to law school and I'll understand how contracts are to be interpreted and just understand contracts in general. And I just thought that was the best thing for me to do. So that's kind of really how I started to think about going to law school and marrying that with the entertainment industry as I continued on in my pursuits in my career.
Well, first and foremost, Mom, you did a fantastic job raising this woman right here. Single mom, that's a heavy burden, but obviously you did it very well. So shout out to you, Mom. Secondly,
yeah. And my dad was very much away in my life. Let me just say that. But I live with him, and I would go visit with my dad.
Hey, thank you for cleaning up the record. That is important. That context, you can't be shading the parent. Nothing. I get it. At this point, you graduate from law school, right? You passed your bar exam. All this stuff is pretty challenging to do, but you did it. And then I don't understand because with law, typically we think about criminal. We think about maybe like cases or divorces and things like that. I had no idea that there was even a such thing as an entertainment type field to be an attorney. It's like, what made you gravitate towards that?
Just again, being in the arts and entertainment, it made sense for me. So I don't know if you remember Johnny Cochran. He was a popular Black civil rights attorney. Obviously, he represented O.J. Simpson, but his name was almost like a verb. I mean, it was descriptive. It was an adjective. It was more than a noun, right? Like it was to Johnny Cochran your life, or have a Johnny Cochran type career. And what that meant was, you were going to be basically a very aggressive, high profile attorney or whatever, and take big cases and stuff. That wasn't me. That's not what I wanted to do. Sure. I knew I wanted to be in arts and entertainment. I knew I wanted to be an actress. I wanted to be a working actress, didn't want to be a starving actress. But I had moved to Houston for law school, went to Thurgood Marshall over at Texas Southern. And I knew that there wasn't a big entertainment industry here at the time that I entered into the force. And so with that being said, I had to do things other than entertainment. I had to do divorces and landlord-tenant disputes, and I was in criminal court, and I was at doing administrative, environmental, cases. I did all kind of stuff. I worked for Book Morris III Associates, and I was the associate.
Yeah.
So I just decided to, I needed to take care of the bills, but I knew I wanted to be in the entertainment industry and practice law in that area.
Yeah, so you cut your teeth, doing the things that the firm needs you to do. And I guess my follow-up question about, law work is that being an entertainment attorney, like what kind of work do you do for your clients?
It's probably 75% contracts, lots and lots of, it's very transactional, lots and lots and lots of contracts. Ugh. Lots of contracts, but there's a lot of meetings too, a lot of meetings, a lot of consultant work. It depends on who the client is. Sometimes it's just a simple document, but then other clients are film producers. So they have work that goes through from development through production and sale of a film. And that's over the course of time. It's not instant. So I may come on as a production attorney and serve as the attorney that handles all the business related to the production of that actual film. If I serve as a business and legal affairs type attorney, that means I'm just handling all their business for their company, whether they're in production or not. But it could be finance information that I'm having to help manage with them, or new partnerships, whatever that might be. But it's all in that entertainment industry space. And but as an entertainment attorney in general, that's really a broad gambit of things. I can handle music, film, television, dealing with books, clients that are writers, clients that have written novels, concerts, comedians doing stand up, tons of things, whatever you could think of, theater, all that falls under the entertainment industry. And that's my experience. And I'm one of those people that obviously I walk the walk and I talk the talk, because I'm also a creative on the other side. I perform, I write, but then also I'm the attorney. So I handle all the business side of transactions. So I'm pretty relatable. And I think that's why a lot of people have come to me over the years, because I can understand both sides of the equation.
That's fantastic. And I know you've had some clients out there that are pretty well known. You want to just shed a little bit of light on what type of clients you've helped represent as an attorney?
Sure. Absolutely. I used to do all of Steve Harvey's trademarks. I think I did those for almost 20 years.
Oh, wow.
Clients include Kiana Dancy. She used to be the host of Sister Circle on TV One. I've done legal work for Carl Payne, Nephew Tommy, just really tons of people in the industry. Some famous, some are behind the scenes. Game changers, executives at other networks. It's been pretty interesting to work with clients that are high profile, and lots of experience that I get working on that particular transaction. So all walks of life. You don't even have to be famous, right? But I've definitely worked with some famous people.
Yeah, that's a hell of a Rolodex you just unpiled there. My son, Grant, he's 18 years old. He loves Steve Harvey because of the Family Feud. So.
Oh yeah, he's funny.
He absolutely loves that show. So you've mentioned actress now about 4 times, in the 12 minutes that we've been filming. So I know that it means a lot to you, and I know that you have a lot of passion towards it, right? Can you talk about some of your favorite work that you have done on film and some of your favorite people that you have worked with?
I can tell you out the gate, I've had a chance to work with Forrest Whitaker. I've worked with Jamie Foxx. Oh my God, he's brilliant. It's like watching an acting class, when you're on set with him.
Yeah.
Oh, I've really worked with a good bit of people. I worked on Batman versus Superman, and I can remember seeing him, of course, on set. We were all at the same hotel and stuff. And I'm just like, oh, there's Superman,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I've worked on a lot of big productions. Better Call Saul. I've worked on the television series. That was pretty fabulous to work with the cast there. A lot of some pretty good tidbits in my acting career, I must say. But I would say I love comedy the most out of all the things that I've worked on. So I've had the chance to work alongside some really good directors. Greg Carter, one of my favorite comedy films would be One Crazy Christmas. And it comes out every Christmas holiday. And I love Christmas movies just in general, because you see them every year. So definitely, get those little royalty checks, those residual checks, I should say, anyway. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Speaking of Jamie Foxx, what's cool about him is I like the evolution of Jamie Foxx. He started out, the first time I ever saw that guy was on Living Color, where he was kind of like an extra, and to see him morph into the movie star that he is now. And also, I could not believe that he could sing like that. So that's really cool that he can do all that stuff.
Super talented, super talented. I don't know if he dances or not, but
probably, he probably does.
Yeah, probably. I would be surprised, but he's very, very, very talented. And one of the interesting things working with him, he was on set because he shows up and you hear all this music playing when he walks in the building. So it's like his theme music story.
Jalene, I think
Great
this is a perfect time. Let's not talk about it. Let's be about it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show all the viewers some clip of you acting and some of the things that you've done in your professional career. So, hey, everybody, let's go ahead and take a look at Jalene's video right here.
This is Thomas Miles, nephew Tommy from the Steve Harvey Morning Show. As a radio personality, comedian, actor, and producer, I know what type of hard work and dedication it takes to make an impact in the world of arts and entertainment. Mack Performing Arts Collective, a nonprofit for visual and performing arts, is doing just that. Impact's mission is to cultivate the interests of visual and performing arts by exposing, educating, and entertaining. Impact is dedicated to the formation of avenues into the professional world of arts and entertainment through several of its programs, including It's a Rap, Playhouse Theater, and Impact Jazz. Through these programs, Impact has launched film festivals, TV forums, music symposiums, comedy series and showcases, jazz shows, theater productions, acting and comedy workshops, and much, much more. All in an effort to create platforms for emerging talent and create access to industry insiders in an effort for those seeking careers in arts and entertainment to be successful.
He should be married. What is up? This drama. Place, I hate it. I hate the swimming pool, these trees. I can't wait for my sister
come
to
on,
get here.
what is...
Nothing more.
This is not a competency hearing, Ms. Wexler.
Mr. Hamlin is not a psychiatric professional. Do you have any questions that would be more germane to his experience?
Levi's son fell for this old charade around here. You ain't nothing but a fraud.
Hey.
And you're living over here on borrowed time while your children's daddy's doing time. Surviving off some little earnings of some thief.
Thief?
Damn right.
Well, then maybe you feel that way. You should leave.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, fine. I'll leave. And I'm gonna tell my son why we left, too.
You do that.
Damn right. Come on here.
I wanted
What's wrong?
kids.
Oh, come on, Wanda. We done already had this.
I understand why.
I understand, but we've had
But
this...
I thought we would have made it happen by this point. You let work become everything to you.
I'm a cop, Wanda.
I'm going to call the roll first. All right. Mary Rose? Here. Okay, very good. James Lickster? Here. Cypress Butler? Okay. Moniqua Wilkins?
Here. But you can just call me Marnie.
Marnie. It's cute. Trong Weber? Very good. John?
Never forget my best friend, Caroline. Oh, girl, we were inseparable. We shared everything. We shared clothes and makeup and all that came to an end. Homecoming dance of 1986. Willie Jenkins.
Willie, huh?
Oh, he was a smooth one. Honey, he could charm the panties off a nun. He had all the ladies.
So you and Caroline fought over him?
Oh, no, worse. We lied. We lied to each other, saying that neither one of us wanted him. Joke was on us when we showed up to the school dance and he had flowers for both of us. We never talked after that.
You're so ghetto and loud.
Ghetto? Look how you dress.
What's wrong with my...
There ain't nothing wrong with where you dress. You need to get on that.
Get on what?
All that meat. Girl, get on that.
You really should.
You too?
Yes.
No, he is too young, and I already made a fool out of myself earlier today.
You need to get out of this rut.
I'm not in a rut.
Well, you haven't made partner.
Well, I'm gonna make partner this year.
Girl, not after today.
And your little cheating ass husband trying to take your house from you.
Okay, but he wants to go to court, and y'all know I always win in court.
Maybe you used to, but you're not that good anymore.
When the last time you had sex?
Right. Cobwebs in the coochie. Ah!
Okay, Tiffany, fine.
All right, Jalene, beautifully done, unbelievably talented. Like for me to be sitting, in this virtual setting with you, watching the clips, just seeing, how accomplished you are and just how talented you are, makes me just very humble. And, I appreciate, you coming on here and sharing that, your work with us. Thank you.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thanks for having me. I hope I inspire somebody, who's thinking about a dual career, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Balancing two things.
Yeah. The motto of this podcast is if it helps just one. That's what we do here.